Welcome back to Main Street Living, and our next guest is a trial attorney in Oakland, California. Let's welcome Landon Vivian from the Barnes firm. He joins us right now. What's going on, Landon?
Hello, what's happening, Quincy? How you doing?
Hey, we are hanging in there. I don't want to take a lot of time just trying to figure things out. I got to get to, why did you get into practicing law? Because there's so many other opportunities to upset people. I'm joking with you.
Well,
is this something that you always wanted to pursue, though?
Well, for me, it's funny you say that because, when I was young coming up, in terms of dealing with things and sorting things out, that was something I always had a knack for. I really loved presenting things, doing, speech and debate, all that kind of stuff coming up as a kid. Like that was the stuff that made me comfortable. So it really made sense after I got out and started working. I was like, hey, you know what? I thought about it when I was really young, being a lawyer. Let me look into that. And it turned out to be a great fit for what I feel like I love to do.
Nice. I imagine like any other profession, though, you slowly work your way up after clerking and then graduating law school. What was your experience since you became an attorney and you made those childhood dreams come true?
Right. Well, there's a whole different types of areas of laws and skills really that go into doing this kind of work. So for me, I tried out a whole bunch of different types of law. What that allowed me to do was just add different pieces to really help me kind of develop into the attorney that I am today.
Got you. Well, I noticed also, like in this business, a lot of attorneys treat being in court like being in the game, like an athlete, right? And I know it's not a game, but what is that aspect of being a trial attorney or delivering, in court like?
Well, that comparison that you made, I think is very appropriate. I mean, it really is, except, of course, I'm representing clients that have went through something pretty devastating. So it's definitely not a game in that regard. But in terms of there being one event where everything comes to a head, that is very accurate. Now, what I like to do for that is you have to really prepare for that way in advance. And there are so many different aspects that I like to do with these cases to work them up, to really give my client a voice and a presence there in that courtroom so that we can get them a good outcome.
You sound very passionate about helping out your clients. Is there other causes that you share that passion for outside of the courtroom?
Sure. Well, I'm a family man, so I have to start there. I got a young 2-year-old kid and my wife, so that's definitely a big focal point of my passions. But other than that, too, one thing I really love is it ties into the work I do, which is visual communication and visual advocacy. So really learning about how people make decisions and how I can take complex ideas and really simplify that down visually to present to a jury so they can understand what's really going on with my client.
Wow. Got you. So I have to ask you this, is there like a particular experience, because you practice law there in Oakland and I think you did some in LA as well, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So is there like a memorable moment, like without giving away too much client lawyer privilege information, that you will always remember being in court? There's one thing that tends to happen as a pattern. So it's not one event, so I don't have to worry about giving anything away. But just a lot of times, when I get involved and do this work, when I first come in, I think people have a certain expectation as to what I'm going to do or what's going to happen. But to then really go through the process and earn that respect and have not only your clients, but your adversaries that are on the other side and the people involved in the court come to say, okay, wow, this is something that's really taken shape. That for me is the most memorable and the most meaningful, because I'm always representing somebody that was hurt. So knowing that I have them kind of, with me and that's what I'm representing, that's a big deal to me when you really start to feel people respect what's going on.
Because people have to, they're in need when they come to you. They're looking not only for legal help, but they're just looking for help, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, they are. One of the most interesting aspects of this for me, and part of why I love this work, is when people first come to me, there's almost this guilt about, well, this happened. I don't want people to think I'm trying to pull a fast one or do anything. And I have to break through that and go, look, this was not your fault that you got hurt.
Yes, it may have been an accident or not intentional, but there are things that happened that led up to this occurring. And as a result, you're hurt. Your life has been changed. So to really break them free and get them to be like, look, you can pursue this with your head held high. You don't, this isn't something shameful. This is the way it should be, given the fact that you were the one that got hurt.
Yeah, yeah. Look, man, I certainly applaud everything that you have to do. I know, going through passing the bar and all the levels of schooling and everything. So I'm sure you and your clients and other people around definitely enjoy you. Thank you so much for joining today, and definitely good luck the next time you're in court, man.
Hey, thank you guys so much. And I appreciate that. I'll take that wish. Good luck.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Man, that is one good dude. And it's so interesting to get that aspect of the clients coming to him and needing that extra push, that they weren't in the wrong. Good guy, man.
Oh yeah, man. Certainly is, man. And you know what keeps us going, right? It's time for more Main Street Living up next. Don't go anywhere.